everyone, I am back with a 20-week update. Halfway through this pregnancy, to say that time has flown would be the understatement of the year. I don't know whether it's just due to the fact that we're all in lockdown at the moment or the fact that it's my second baby and I'm running around after a toddler, but this pregnancy, I have no idea where it's gone. It's the most bizarre feeling. So I'm sitting here with my cup of what looks like a cup of wee. Promise it isn't some sort of herbal tea. We're out of milk, so I'm drinking herbal tea, which I don't normally do, but it's actually not that bad. But I did put a lot of maple syrup in there, which makes it taste ever so much nicer. I thought I'd give you an update. It's been a while, and I know the last update that I did was one of my most popular videos on here. Not that I have heaps at the moment, but I thought I'd fill you in on what's been going on now that we are at that halfway point. So I literally have a list in front of me, because if I didn't write things down as they were happening week by week, I knew I would just forget everything. So I'm just going to get straight into it. I have listed all of my kind of second trimester favourites as I'm going through them, that are the things that are my absolute must-haves. So I will be doing a second trimester must-haves sort of video at some point, but at the moment I feel really good. I feel like I hit maybe like 15-16 weeks and all of a sudden the nausea eased, a little bit more energy came back. I don't know whether that coincided with that kind of surge of energy that comes back in your second trimester, or whether that just happened to be at the similar time that Atticus was moved into his own room. So he is now sleeping so much better. It's clear that with co-sleeping I was like waking him and he was waking me, and it was just me who wasn't ready to let go of it. But he's been sleeping really well. He wakes maybe once, sometimes twice a night, and is waking up at like 7 o'clock in the morning, and I'm feeling so much better for it. The first few weeks were really rough, purely because I'm just so used to sleeping so close to him that I was like worried that I wasn't going to hear him, and I was like checking on him, like waking up ahead of when he normally would have woken up, despite him like sleeping through. So that's really helped, and it's also been a massive kind of stress relief for me, because one of the biggest worries for me, honestly, is not the birth. I'm excited for the birth. I was really worried about, and I still am, really worried about that transition from 1 to 2. For those of you who don't kind of follow me here, or certainly over on my Instagram page where I share a lot more of my kind of daily life, I would consider myself very much an attachment parent. I really go by my kiddie's lead, and I follow a lot of the principles of attachment parenting. So for me, we did, a lot of co-sleeping. We're still breastfeeding. We're still, spending an awful lot of time together. And I was really worried about how I was going to manage to share my time out with this next baby. And making that move towards Atticus being in his own bed and realising just how well he's doing has been one less thing for me to worry about, because I was genuinely thinking, okay, we're going to just fill the whole room with mattresses. We're going to get 2 king-size beds and just squish them together. I was trying to think of ways that we could figure it out, and I was talking to my husband, and he was like, or we could just put him in his own room. And maybe I'll do a whole video on that kind of transition and how that went and what we did. It was a very slow, gentle process, just in the same way that I do everything when it comes to parenting, and we did not rush it, and it went surprisingly well. So let me know maybe in the comment section down below if you'd like me to do a whole video on kind of moving away from co-sleeping, and I'd be really excited to do something like that. That would be really interesting for anyone who is wanting to move away from co-sleeping in a really kind of gentle way. So yes, the worries are still there. Yes, I'm still worried about how I'm going to share my time, but Atticus has been so sweet recently. He's felt baby's first kicks, so baby's kicks are now, they can be felt outside of my body, which is amazing. So Daddy's felt them, Jess still hasn't felt them, my sister has felt them, and Atticus was lying there snuggling me one of the days, and he was like, oh. And I was like, oh, the baby's dancing. And he was like, oh. So all of a sudden now it's quite real. And whether or not he understands what's actually going to happen, a friend of mine actually had a baby not all that long ago. And so he knows what it's like to see a newborn baby. He knows, when I say tiny, we refer to the baby as the tiny baby. And of course, he's convinced it's a girl. He's like, oh, baby girl, baby girl, baby girl, because my gorgeous friend had a baby girl, I think. We still don't know. I've had my 20-week scan. All is well, thank goodness. Thank goodness. And at the moment, we've all been attending our scans on our own. Some of the more the bigger hospitals, you're allowed to have your partner with you, but not in the hospital that is my local hospital where I'm attending for some of my appointments. So that was really scary. And I'm just really, really grateful that everything was okay, because I can't imagine having gone through that and found out something or had to make decisions without my partner being there. Not that I necessarily would have been, relying on him to make them, but just without the support and being amongst strangers, it's no fun. So very glad. Didn't find out what we're having again. I'm kind of at the point now where I'm like, I don't think we will. I really, really enjoyed finding out last time. I think there's definitely pros and cons to both. But this time, I'm kind of enjoying the surprise. And I'm enjoying the fact that while, it's lovely to sort of prep and prepare, I really don't care. I don't think it would change how I would raise the child either a whole lot. So whether they turn out female or male, it's very exciting. Have absolutely nothing. We do have a girl in terms of like pink frilly bits, but that's okay. And yeah, I think that's where we are at the moment. I might all of a sudden have a change of heart last minute, but up until now, health-wise, I've been feeling a lot better. In terms of my nausea has gone, but I'm getting a lot more aches and pains. I now have to use a pregnancy pillow at night time. I'll talk about my favourite one maybe in the next kind of favourites video. I can't run anymore, which has been, for me, it's like my little sanctuary. It's my mental health, like, safety net. So that's been really tough. It's also been, I'm looking out the window now, it's miserable, like proper storms outside. So I haven't even been able to go out for a little walk around, the area or anything. So that's making me feel a little bit more low than maybe I normally would have been. But I'm trying to get lots of yoga in, I've got kind of one of those stationary pedal bikes. So I'll be going on that for kind of 15 minutes or so, just when I can, when Atticus is well entertained, playing by himself. He's gotten so good. He's all of a sudden just like nailing independent play. We have been kind of harnessing that for a long time, and I have a really lovely setup where he can see me tootling away in the kitchen from his play area. So it's a really nice setup. It means that he's not ever wondering where I am. He can see me and still feel quite confident kind of playing by himself. So that's been another thing that'll be a really nice kind of step towards him being able to play away by himself when we've got a sibling. And the next thing I wanted to say is, so I haven't been running, but I have started just this week. So at week 20, I started my week 21. Yeah, we're kind of on 21 now. So week 21 or week 20, I started my prenatal Pilates classes with my gorgeous friend Pam, whose Instagram page I'll link down below. She does the most amazing prenatal classes, which do a lot of the things that I would talk about in my hypnobirthing classes. So talking about your down breathing, your J breathing, your up breathing for birth, and diaphragmatic breath, which of course is all very similar, but great opportunity to practice. And she always finishes her classes with, after we've done kind of a little bit of movement and a little bit of exercise, to kind of connect with our pelvic floor and connect with all of those muscles that are kind of can be thrown out of kilter when you're pregnant. And I honestly have felt muscles that I haven't felt in a very long time, so even like pre-pregnancy. So it was really, really amazing. And then at the end, she does this gorgeous meditation, and I cried the whole way through. It was, for me, a real shock factor, because I was like, oh my goodness. Whether it's just because it's second baby or because of the time in the world, this pandemic, the way that the world is, I haven't had a chance to just stop and breathe and just be present with this baby. So I'm really looking forward to even just having that one little window of opportunity on a Saturday morning to do that. And I really hope that I can continue to do that. So I'll keep you posted if I've been able to or not. But I really enjoyed that. So thank you, Pam, if you're watching. That was a really special time that I was able to give back to myself and to my baby. My emotions as a result, you'll see, I was really, I cried an awful lot during that meditation, and I've been crying at TV shows. I've been crying. Atticus woke up from a nap saying that he had somehow gotten worried that Mummy was gone, and then I started crying, and like I wouldn't normally do that. Normally, you know, I try my best to kind of maintain some degree of composure around the kids, but I've just been a bit of a mess emotionally, which has been sort of wonderful to be able to just release and like let go. And I don't know whether that's just I'm able to like blame pregnancy a little bit, but it's been really nice. It's been being able to just be present and be my body and be, you know, feel the feelings. So that's been sort of crazy. My tummy is totally popped. I might show you actually. I'm wearing a dress that's a little bit too revealing for my liking. Can you even see? I have a proper bump. I am doing lots of kind of pregnancy update posts over my Instagram page as well. So if you aren't following me already, do make sure you do that. I'm gonna sit back cross-legged. But yeah, I definitely am showing a lot earlier this time. I feel like only at 20 weeks with Atticus, I was like starting to like have a tiny bit of a showing. I was like barely peeping out. I was also running at this point and like doing loads of stuff. I was working, doing like 13-hour shifts, doing night duty, doing all of those things. So this has been a very different pregnancy altogether so far. But in terms of like aches and pains and things like that, I'm definitely getting less because I'm not on my feet as much. I'm able to sort of sit down and like read a story with Atticus, or like, you know, when I'm doing a bit of computer work during his nap time, I'll actually just get back into bed. So that's been sort of one of the pros, if there was to be a pro about this pandemic, is that I've been able to take it that little bit slower. The next thing on my list, is since my tummy has sort of popped that little bit more, I've been a bit more on point with my skincare, both for my face and for my bump. So I'm going to do a whole separate video on that, but I actually managed to get away with 0 stretch marks last time, and so far 0 stretch marks this time. And that's coming from someone who has slightly darker skin tone, and during my sort of teenage years, I got stretch marks everywhere. Everywhere that you can get stretch marks, I got them. I got them on my boobs, I got them on my bum, I got them on my hips, I got them on my thighs, I got them on my back. So I was really shocked that, and I got quite large on Atticus. I'll see whether I can insert a picture somewhere, but I didn't get one, and I do really credit that a lot to what I did to sort of prevent them. And I know a huge amount of that is down to genetics, but I would say that my genetics are more, if they could be, predisposed to getting stretch marks than they are not. So that was very interesting that I didn't get any. I was really shocked at that, and I'm going to continue to do all of those same things that I did last time during this pregnancy. So I've only really started that now. I've been sort of slapdash, you know, applying bits and pieces and doing my bits before now, and now that I'm at that halfway point and I'm starting to kind of feel a little bit more of a stretch, I'm doing those things much more regularly, so at least once a day. I'm doing this little routine, which if you would be interested in me kind of doing a full routine on what I'm doing to prevent stretch marks in this pregnancy and sort of maintain the elasticity and health of my skin, definitely let me know in the comment section down below. My eczema's come back. I'm gonna spare you the sight of it. It looks awful. Last pregnancy, it just completely disappeared. I had not even a smidge, and it stayed away up until like a year and a half postpartum. And when I got pregnant, and the minute that I got pregnant this time, it came back. I get it like under my chin, I get it on my nipples, I get it in the creases of my elbows, creases of my elbows, creases of my arms even. It's really sore, it's really uncomfortable, it's sort of like turns into like an open wound almost, because I scratch it when I'm asleep. It's really horrible. So I'm very curious to know if any of you have experienced eczema. How was it affected by your pregnancies? In terms of other skincare, I also get I want to say perioral dermatitis around my mouth. So like all down around here. It's obviously covered with a little bit of makeup now. But it's just like red kind of like dots and very sore around my mouth and around my nose, which is not a good look. Very grateful that I'm not going anywhere at the moment, but I have been say generally, if I was going out and about, I would put maybe a little bit of steroid cream on it to help bring down kind of like that anger, the angriness in it. But I haven't really been doing that. I haven't been able to put on much in the way of face skincare to help soothe it. So I'm really hoping that I can find someone who's going to be able to help support me and send me in the right direction for something that's pregnancy safe in terms of skincare. I'm going to do a live very soon with someone really special who's going to help me create a sort of skincare routine for this pregnancy. So I'll definitely go and follow my Instagram page, and you will be sure to find out when that is going to be, because that's going to be exciting. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, my nails and my hair. So last pregnancy, I feel like I just got like this luscious hair, which that's not the way it works. Scientifically speaking, you don't get more hair, it just sheds less regularly, and then it all sheds the bit, that sort of long sort of hair life goes back to normal then once you are normally finished breastfeeding, and if that's what your choice of feeding your baby is, that's when you'll notice the hair falling out. So I certainly have lots of baby hairs coming through, but I don't have that lovely luscious hair that I got last pregnancy, nor do I have nice nails. I don't know, definitely you don't want to see these up close. They are like split, they're flaking, they're really dry. I've never had good nails, but during pregnancy they got amazing. They were so strong, and I actually went and got like a proper manicure for, I want to say, like the first and second time during that pregnancy last time, because I was so proud of them and I wanted to show them off. It made me feel so feminine and lovely. But this time you could paint them, and I think it would like flake off in like a day. Plus there's nothing to paint because I keep them so short, because they just keep flaking away. I don't bite them or anything, but they're certainly not healthy. Anyhow, no kind of further aversions or cravings. I've been really on point with my diet in terms of making sure that I get, a really decent green smoothie in. I've been doing the kind of Fab4 smoothies, so fats, fibre, greens, and protein in every smoothie. I've been really enjoying the Tropica vanilla protein in my smoothies, which has been really nice, and adding in kind of a little bit of maca powder, a little bit of spirulina, lots of spinach, mostly greens, and then I'll add like half a banana or some dates or something to kind of sweeten it up, and the whole family drink them. So I've actually just been making a big old portion of it in the morning and then divvying it out for everybody during the day, and everyone drinks it, which is great. It's a really nice way to kind of get loads of nutrients in, but I don't know if there's maybe something that I'm missing. Nail experts, let me know. I am looking down at my list, is there anything else that I'm missing out on? My appetite, yeah, along with that. So yesterday I made like this amazing, family size like stack of pancakes. I do a gorgeous like recipe where it's sort of half porridge oats or like ready break, and then the other half is just like your regular, spelt flour or normal flour and a milk source. And I ate nearly the whole thing. I had it with like sort of coconut cream and then like a vegan Nutella, and it was just way too good. And then the night before that I ate like a full pint of family-sized ice cream container. So my appetite has definitely gone up, certainly in the last 2 weeks. So like weeks 19 and 20, all of a sudden I'm just like growing this baby. So that's a little bit about me and a little bit about how I'm doing. For those of you who are joining along with me, who are pregnant with me, let me know. It's really hard at the moment because I haven't been able to kind of connect with other pregnant mums, pregnant parents. So let me know in the comments down below if you're also expecting, and yeah, drop me a little message. It'd be really nice to connect with you. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in the next one.